19. Aftermath. I looked around at the scene before me. One enormous wolf, two dangerous boars, four brave dogs, and an eagle in a tree with a chihuahua sitting next to her, barking excitedly. It was a strange time to laugh, but I couldn't help myself. A chihuahua in a tree? Come down, Tiny, I called, reaching out my arms to catch him. Are you crazy? I'm not jumping down that far. Eagle, can you bring him down? Eagle gripped Tiny's scuff tight in her claws. With a few flaps of her enormous wings, he was once again safe on the ground. The other dog walked up to him to make sure he was okay, but Tiny simply yelped at them. Of course he was okay. He wasn't scared for a second. I walked over to my wolf. Puppy, from now on, I'm going to call you Sunrise. Is that okay? She lifted her head proudly. Yes, it suits you better than Puppy. You're not a puppy anymore. You are mostly definitely a Sunrise. I patted her on the head. Come over, everyone. All the dogs ran to me and I pulled my arms out as wide as I could. We cuddled each other tight. It was the first time we had stuffed a serious attack, suffered a serious attack, and we had survived it together. We were a family. We were each other's protectors. 20. Aeroplane. The ball were the most difficult things I ever had to cut up and cook, but they were worth it. Much better than snake or forest rat by a long shot. They also gave us many days' worth of meat, which was fortunate because we were now moving through the deep belly of a valley where it was very tough going. The further we traveled, the thicker the vegetation became, and I often had to cut through branches crisscrossing before me like a web of sticks. Still, there was nothing that could stop our pack. Day by day, inch by inch, we trudged onwards. I was always on the lookout for signs of humans but saw nothing. Once a day I would head up a tree to the canopy, just in case there was anything to see. Mostly I was greeted by rolling treetops and the distant slope at the other side of the valley, but little less. Then one day I heard a rumbling above. The dogs tensed their ears in worry, perhaps suspecting another wild boar stampede. What is that? What is that? Wait here, everyone, I said quickly, and went up a tree as fast as I could, brushing aside leaves at the top to get a glimpse of the sky, and far above, flying north, was an aeroplane. Now I knew for sure I was not the only human alive. Somewhere to the north there were others. Maybe people weren't too far away after all. I wasn't quite sure how I felt about that, and what would it mean for my pack. I looked down at the ring of panting faces waiting at the bottom of the tree. How would people react to a huge wolf, four scrappy dogs, and a fearsome bird of prey? 21 people. We have been traveling for a full month, and they're getting very tired from walking every day. Then one morning, Tiny's ear perked up, and I knew he had heard something. A moment later, I heard it too. I stopped dead in my tracks. I listened entirely, trying to filter out the bird songs and rustling forest from whatever it was. There, a low rumbling some way off. Not from the sky this time. It sounded like an engine. The dog looked at me, also hearing the strange noise and sensing my excitement. Guys, that sound like people. They didn't understand, so I pointed at myself. People like me. Come on, everyone. Let's go. I ran in the direction of the rumbling, dodging around trees, dodge, dodging around trees, and slashing at anything in my way. I had to reach the sound before it stopped. What if it was a plane engine reveling up, and they were about to take off? The thought spurred me on. The tree line gave way suddenly, and I burst into a clearing. My dogs scattered around me, blinking in the sunlight. I had not seen another human being in years. I came to a halt and started. Nearby, next to a rumbling brown truck, two men dressed in green were digging holes in the earth. They stopped digging and turned to us in surprise. Wolf moved to my side and other dogs huddled closer too. A call from above told me Eagle was circling overhead. My ears felt cold again. Was it just because excitement was making me nervous? I couldn't tell. "Hello, little girl," said one of the men. He wore a cap and had a big mustache. "What are you doing here?" I opened my mouth, but only a strange croak came out. Sunrise gave a low and threatening growl. The man glanced at her nervously, then back at me frowning. "Can you talk, girl?" asked Mustache Man. "It's your wolf trained? Who are you?" I cleared my throat and tried again. My family. What is your name?" My heart beat loudly in my chest, and a staring of image rolled through my head. Dad carrying me on his shoulders, Mom kissing me goodnight, Kate by my side as we watched movie from the couch. It had been so long since I spoken my own name. "My name is Gwen." "Okay, Gwen." You need to come with us. Will you help me find my mom, my family? Mustache Man smiled. Yes, of course, he said, then gestured for me to jump inside the truck. These men were going to help me find my family. Even the chill at the top of my right ear wasn't enough to stop me from returning with my family. So I climbed into the side of the truck. My dogs, I said. We can't take the dogs. No, I need my dogs. I tried to climb back out, but without warning, the man pushed me back in roughly and closed the door. My dogs went wild and leapt at the strange man, but it was too late. He swung into the passenger seat and the driver stepped on the accelerator. The truck took off with me inside it, and my pack was helpless to do anything. No! As I looked out the bears at the back As I looked out of the bars at the back of the cabin, I saw my dogs running frantically after us. Let her go! Let me out! I shouted. It was no use. The man ignored me and the truck accelerated. My dogs wasn't fast enough to keep up, and as I watched through the rear window, my pack started to get smaller and smaller. What have I done? These were bad people. How were my dogs going to find me? Suddenly I heard a loud yay. I looked up to see Eagles snoring high above us. She was keeping up with the truck easily. I closed my eyes and prayed to my animal family. Eagle, Tiny, Bruce, Noisy, Zip. Sunrise. Please find me. To be continued.